Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
I want you to do a little selfie.
I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, it's inappropriate.
Look how sexy she looks in that dress.
Yeah, I mean, like, bro, it's one of those things where when you look at that, like, it's a funny little meme to a lot of people, but like that's uncomfortable. Like really try to like think. It's hard. It's so hard as a guy to think about that because if somebody said I looked sexy in that dress, ooh wee, I'd feel good about it. Thing is, I would understand like women have a very different kind of like interpretation. The reason that you as a guy think that I might be okay with getting that compliment is because like you're probably starved for validation. I'm not sure. But women are generally, they're attacked more often, much more often, or commented on other bodies like constantly, right? That's the whole thing. So it's annoying for women to get like constantly. It's always their body constantly commenting on their body. It's like frustrating, and he did it just to try to antagonize her too. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean. You just shouldn't be doing that. Like, I'm not going to have a meltdown. But, like, it's like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. I don't even like AOC. What does AOC mean? Oh, it's like your air conditioning. It's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I believe. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a cat calling a girl. Like, it's like, why? Like, why not just make fun of her for something else? You know what I mean? Like, make fun of her for her intellect or something, if that's where you want to go. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're engaging in. Like, it's like you're engaging in more like intellectual warfare. So why why you have to talk about her body, But okay. Okay. Cool.
This video is brought to you by the Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. 20% off the entire store. Use the discount code United We Stand. Ladies and gentlemen, we have all our products.
Hey, this video is sponsored by Volume Control on YouTube, on Internet Explorer. Look it up because you're definitely going to need it because it's at 450%.
Our blue versions of all of our shirts are in stock. Our hats, all of the above. Make sure you go on and get some products. Like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notification anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share the video. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get in this. AOC is on the docket.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know who Primetime Stein is. If you look him up on YouTube, he's a comedian, and he's incredibly funny, and he is the biggest conservative troll ever. And I love it because he started trolling at city council meetings.
Okay. I
believe city council meetings where he would go and he would give ridiculous rap songs. Okay. He would play these characters and do all types
like from Among Us. Okay.
of things in these meetings where the city is required to allow citizens to speak. And that's how he would be able to convey his messages of disdain or messages of necessary improvement for the city. He would convey them. Those videos would be entertaining and go viral.
I don't know if that's the correct framing. I've never heard of the guy.
Viral.
But okay.
Now he's taking the trolling to another level because now he's flying to DC.
I mean, listen, if you're going in there being annoying and trolling, like, I don't really care. I think it crosses a line when you start commenting on somebody's body,
And he's trolling people, and he's exposing the Democrats. And finally, we have somebody on our side that's willing to be a massive troll against the leftist lunatics.
I'm not trying to be that guy. I feel like most of the trolls are conservative, right? They're usually like edgy. Like, I feel like this is not really. I mean, like, listen, I would say, isn't Steven Crowder a big troll? Like, at least that's how he started. Like, this has been going on for a while. Like, listen, this isn't even a shot at conservatives. I just feel like you've had these all constantly. So, I'm just saying. I feel like, okay, all right.
So I want y'all to see how him and AOC kind of bump heads.
Okay.
I believe she was walking to the Capitol building. And he said some things to her that I thought was absolutely hilarious, given the fact that he's a comedian. It was the perfect troll to get AOC to engage. And then we're going to listen to what AOC...
I still feel like it's inappropriate. Like, I feel like if you went to a comedy show and, the comedian was known for, fucking with the audience, and then they said that there, I would be like, okay, that's more within their realm. You're kind of... But this isn't what that is. You know what I mean? You can't just say everything's a joke. I mean, like, listen, people are going to call me sensitive, but I have a real question to ask Officer Tatum. What if it was your wife? Like, what if this guy was like saying this to your wife? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's like, like, it's just a prank, but it's like disrespectful, bro. Like, I guarantee this guy would slap the fuck out of any man who did that to his wife, and I respect it. But like, come on, man. what you know what I mean? Like, just because you don't like AOC doesn't mean you can engage in this kind of like cognitive dissonance. I feel like it's not appropriate. You shouldn't be doing that kind of shit. All right, you shouldn't be catcalling women because you think it's funny. It's stupid, bro. It's dumb.
AOC said about that interaction and how she plays the victim every time words are coming out of her mouth. Let's play the first clip with Primetime Stein.
AOC, my favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. You look
like, yeah, go with that. Say, hey, she likes to kill babies. Okay, yell her. You get to yell at her saying that she likes killing babies. She wants to be a socialist. She wants to ruin the country. She wants to turn it into communist state, blah, blah, blah. Say whatever you want. I don't care about that, right? I'm not a big AOC fan, and I think she's a little too far left for me. But why can't you just yell that she loves killing babies? You know what I mean? Like, I'm pro-choice. I disagree with that, but that's like more. We're saying within like the field of like political and intellectual warfare, right? But now you're just like, oh, big booty Latino. Like, why? The thing is that he's just trying to get a reaction by like being like, dude, it's like stupid. Like, why? It's so childish, right?
very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
Why is this? It's funny to you.
I want to do a little selfie.
I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress. Woo! I love it, AOC. Hot, hot, hot like a tamale.
Now,
why is that, dude? Honestly, like so I've watched a few different things with Officer Tatum, and like I disagree with this guy politically, probably on a lot of stuff. But like when I look at this guy, I was like, a lot of stuff. But I look at this guy, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, so this is the kind of guy I look at. He's like, oh, this is like a man, right? This is somebody that I would look at like when it comes to like that sphere, like the man, like being a man, not like high value male bullshit, but just like being a man. He seems like a man. He seems like the kind of guy who, he's a strong guy who takes care of his wife, his kids, his family. He seems respectful. This is so disappointing. I'm not even kidding. Like this is so disappointing because I don't think it's something that like a real man wouldn't be in support of this behavior. It's just harassment, and you're hiding it around like joking. But like, dude, it's just sexually harassing this girl because he wants to get a rise out of her. He's just harassing her for no reason. It's not funny. It's just stupid, and it's like it's kind of sad to see him support that behavior. Like it's just kind of like disappointing, you know.
I was born during the day. I wasn't born yesterday. I can see how some people are going to take offense to what he said because he called her big booty. He said she looked good in the dress, used the words like sexy, which today on planet Earth, for some reason, it's unacceptable to call a woman sexy if you believe she's sexy. Now,
no, that's not true. You can call a woman sexy. It's about calling somebody, commenting on somebody's looks, like when it's not like a consensual situation. If you're on a date with AOC and you said that she looks sexy, there's nothing wrong with that. What do you mean for some? There's no way that I just don't believe that he thinks catcalling is okay. I just feel like there's no way he actually thinks that's okay. This is really bad. This is really disappointing. This is insane. Wow.
He's trolling. He's saying things to be provocative in no way.
That doesn't make it right. If I go outside and start screaming the N-word and I'm just trolling, is that just fun, provocative jokes? Or is that like a fucking problem? What are you talking about? Oh, it's just fun. Okay, I guess I got the green light, but like, what the fuck is this? Come on, dude. Come on, bro.
Form of fashion, and I know Primetime Sting. We actually went to his comedy show here in Arizona. He's hilarious, but he's been
maybe he is, but why do you have to fucking dick ride him on everything that he does, even if it's wrong?
Provocative. Now you heard what he said. Some of you guys who are watching this, you can see what he did and said. And now I want you to listen to AOC's response to what he said. Roll the clip.
Hey everybody, I'm here in the Capitol. See this guy right there? Right there. Okay. When I was walking up, he said, hey, it's right in front of a Capitol police officer. He said, hey, here's this, look at that big ass, look at that big juicy booty, this Latina, like whatever, all the bunch of racist, sexist stuff. And since
yeah, I guess you could throw racism in there. I mean, I guess he brought her identity into it, so sure, I guess.
Nobody can do anything. I'm just telling you because this institution is not designed to protect people. And it's really hard and it's really sad that my only recourse is to just let you know about it. But
yeah, I mean, like, no, like, it sounds like she's hinting that the police should have been doing something to stop it. Okay, I just want you to know it was absolutely sexist. If you want to argue it wasn't racist, that's fine, but it was sexist. You're just commenting on somebody's looks for no other reason than just to like basically be like provocative of her. You're just harassing her for being a woman is really what it boils down to. The problem I have with what she's saying here is that she's trying to suggest that the police should have stopped it. Right? She's like, the Capitol Police. They were right in front of the Capitol Police, and like this country doesn't protect women. Dude, it's one of those things where what he's saying was shitty, and we should socially like criticize him for it, but you can't arrest somebody for that. That's like freedom of speech, right? So you know,
that's the institution we're in. I think the thing that was so crazy about that incident is not even that it happened, but that it happened on the Capitol steps right in front of a Capitol police officer. And this dude was engaged, like this wasn't about a political opinion or protest or anything like that. He was engaged in very clearly sexually threatening, aggressive behavior.
I don't know. Maybe. Listen, I'm not a woman. I mean, I feel like it might be. I don't know if it's intentionally hyperbolic. I mean, I don't know how women would interpret that. The thing is that like we're okay because I know we're gonna. My first thought, like, yeah, that sounds like we're reaching. But then also I'm a guy, so like, is that reaching? It was definitely. I guess aggressive. He was yelling it at her. I don't know if I would say
like that. He was engaged in very clearly sexually threatening.
Sexually, yes. Threatening, no. Aggressive, yeah, sure.
Behavior.
Yeah, the threatening is the only one. I mean, maybe she perceives it as a threat. Maybe she does. I mean, I don't know if she actually does. That's like a whole thing. If she does, then I think that maybe. But also, I'm not really as concerned with policing her reaction to this guy sexually harassing her that I am with the guy sexually harassing her. You know what I'm saying? And if Officer Tatum had a nuanced take of like, yeah, this was really shitty, but I think that she's being over exaggeratory to be a victim, I mean, that would be like, okay, cool. I totally respect that take. But that's not what's happening here. He's laughing at like him just like berating this woman. It's fucking stupid.
Right in front, on the Capitol steps in front of an officer, and he wasn't even asked to take a step back. Like,
it wasn't that close, I don't
This
think.
officer was just cool with it. And it just like, I really just can't help but think about all of that footage and evidence that we saw the day of.
Oh, here she go.
All these Capitol police officers.
Here she go.
Helping and being sympathetic
Here she
to
go.
the insurrectionists on January 6th. And everyone just decided it was too politically difficult to deal with. So they all just brushed it under the rug.
That's enough of a.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not like super educated on the January 6th stuff, so I'm not gonna give you like too much information. Here's what I know: is that like they're doing trials, and one of the things that I find really fucked up is that there's a lot of police officers who like have like PTSD, or some of them at least, from this because it was so fucked up. And conservatives are laughing at police officers and like criticizing them. Republicans speak for the situation. It was just like stupid. It never should have happened, but I don't know enough about it to like say what she's talking about. I think that her fundamental argument is that like police officers are biased towards conservatives. I don't know, maybe. I don't think that this is a clear demonstration of it. There's nothing that he could have done. She got like a little victim-y, absolutely, 100%. Like she's taking it too far. With that take, I think that was quite a disproportionate response. But still, dude, like why laugh at the sexual harassment of this woman? I don't really get it.
AOC. I wanted to call her the other thing, but that's
what did you want to call her? Like a cunt? Like what is it that you want to say that what?
AOC. I wanted to call her the other thing.
What do you want to call her? Why? Why do you want to call her another thing?
That's enough. These people are so psychologically and mentally immature. It's out of control to me.
I mean, bro, how were you saying? Like, I mean, yeah, sure, you could probably argue she's being very immature because she's having a disproportionate response. But why aren't you criticizing that other guy for being immature? Trolling is by definition is immature. Like people who troll are immature. I troll sometimes. I fuck around, but like, dude, come on. Like, how are you gonna call her immature? But then like, oh, making the jokes about her fucking body, like those are immature. How are you? This is insane cognitive dissonance.
I see the video. For the people that are watching it, you can see the video.
Yeah.
He's clearly joking with her, but
that's not even clear. He's clearly Listen, I will say that I'm sure this would fall in the category of joking. I'm not gonna lie about that. He thinks it's funny. Sure, you could argue that. For some reason, I don't understand what happened, like why people on the internet think this is like a thing. But just because you're joking doesn't mean that you don't have to be held responsible. Like joking, people use jokes all the time as vehicles to push like particular narratives, and that's totally fine. But like, you can't pretend that joke, like, oh, it's a joke, no accountability, bro. He's sexually harassing this girl. Just yell at her and say that she likes to kill babies. Okay, that's also an extreme, but at least you're just criticizing her on her policy. But stop, bro. This, come on. Like, why do you have to be like not nuanced at all? You want to know, like, is it because your audience will shit on you if you say that you shouldn't just harass women for their looks? Like, I don't understand. And just because you think it's well, you're saying that she's sexy. Who cares? Women don't want to be commenting on their body. Like, it's not. This is the thing. It's not about if it's a positive or a negative thing. In general, unless you're doing something like fucking OnlyFans, or you know what I mean, where like, okay, of course you're gonna comment on your body, or like if you're a model, I get it, because that's your field. But if you're just walking up a stair, women just don't want to hear it anymore. It's not about whether it's positive or negative. It's just about like, just don't do it. Like, just why? You know what I mean? That's it. That's the whole thing. Just don't do it. This is weird.
It's not a crime to have a freedom of speech.
You're right, but it's still shitty.
Man can say that you're attractive. He can say that you're sexy.
Not what bro. You know it's not what he's doing.
Used the word big booty. He didn't say big A. He didn't say nothing else. He was.
Who cares? Why would that have made it different?
Nowhere near AOC. She's walking up the steps, and she actually approached him. She's walking up the steps at a good enough distance away from him.
Yeah, because he's being disrespectful.
And then she decides to walk over to him. If you feel so sexually threatened, then why are you walking over to the guy? If he's such a threat to you, why are you walking over to him and in his camera throwing up the peace sign?
Okay.
And then it's funny because at the time, she didn't say nothing to the Capitol Police officer. Did she? Nowhere on the video did he say, hey, man, get this guy. He's being a distraction. You know he's trolling you. You're biting into the troll. And then what they love to do, they did this to Candace Owens. They expect you to be too stupid to actually watch the video. So then they go in their house and they go on live stream and they create another scenario that didn't happen. What crime did he actually commit?
Probably not.
By saying he thought you were a big booty Latina. Now we know he's trolling, and she know he's trolling, but then she want to say racist, what'd she say? Racist, sexist behavior, sexually threatening, sexually aggressive, and yet you're running over to him to be a part of his live stream. And then once you do that, you want to blame the police.
It's just said that not a single person is like, hey, you know, she had like a crazy response. But like he was still harassing her. Like I don't understand why you can't have like a fucking like a nuanced take. Like why can't you just have like an intelligent take on the situation?
And say that listen, she said there's no protection for people. No protection for people. These people are out of control. And they want to change and leverage the conversation by getting you emotionally riled up because they know.
Well, that's what he was trying to do. I mean, there's a profound irony here that he's trying to get her emotionally wound up so that she'll have a disproportionate response for this to happen. Like, I just don't understand. Like, why can't you call them both out? Like, I don't understand. Like, what? Is it because, like, are you a partisan hack? Like, I never would have. I honestly think, honest to God, never would have fucking pinned Officer Tatum for a fucking partisan hack. I really wouldn't. What's the other? Because I feel like, bro, there's no way. Maybe I just like gave him too much credit, like calling him like a man. I don't know. Like, is that was my problem? Was that the problem that I had? Was I gave him too much credit by like thinking that he was like a man that stood for like actual moral values? Because that's fucking crazy. I never would have expected this out of him.
The people on that side are never going to watch the video what Primetime Stein did. They're only going to listen to what she did. And in their imagination, they're going to imagine a guy who's not trolling, right? Because we clearly see he's trolling. You watch the video, he's laughing. He's talking about AOC. They're going to, in their mind, going to imagine this creepy old man that's trying to touch AOC and be sexually aggressive with him, and the Capitol Police did nothing. And it's funny how she leverages this situation, which she claimed had nothing to do with politics, which it does. It had everything to do with sexual aggression towards her. And then she talked about January 6th. How did that go to January 6th? Because, ladies and gentlemen, their talking points are geared towards an agenda. She saw this as an opportunity to talk bad about men, talk about sexism and racism. And then,
well, he was being sexist, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the racist part was maybe like debatable, but the sexist part, you know. I mean, he mentioned that, like, I don't know. Like, if I walked up to a woman and said, "Oh, you have a nice big fat black ass," like, would you think that's? I feel like that might be a little racist. Like, you could probably say that might be racist, you know. I just, bro, you know, it doesn't matter if he knows. That's the thing, is you're focused on the wrong thing. How does she know he was joking? It doesn't matter if he is or isn't joking. He's trying to get a rise out of her. He's trying to get a response. And yeah, is he joking? Sure, but you can't just say like, "Oh, this is a joke. Everything's a joke." Like, I have no accountability. Bro, he's fucking sexually harassing the girl. He's catcalling. Like, just don't do that. Just yell at her other political things. But he wanted to get her riled up, and then she took the bait, but she took it too far. If she came on and be like, "Yo, dude, like this guy, like, listen, you can have your political opinion." in any capacity. You do you. You want to yell at me, be my guest. Yell at me for my policy. Okay, I'm more than just like a woman with like an ass. Stop commenting on my body. I don't care if you think it's positive or negative. It makes me uncomfortable, and I have every right to set that boundary. That is a perfect response from her. But she did, yeah, she took it and she ran with it a little too far. But like, we simply criticizing this guy. It's crazy. But like, we can't do that because like, I mean, we're fucking morons apparently.
And she wants to go back to January 6th.
Wow, I'm actually pretty disappointed. Unfortunate stuff, bro. Unfortunate stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.